Imagine leading an elite legion of soldiers, only to face a choice. Obey your emperor, or stay true to your faith, even if it means death. This is the story of Saint-Maurice, the soldier who died for his faith. If you're excited to dive into this incredible story of courage and sacrifice, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our historical deep dives. Also, drop a comment below and let us know where you're watching from: New York, London, Sao Paulo, or somewhere else. Let's build this community together.
Know about Saint Maurice, Christian hero, a man whose name echoes through history, not just in Africa, but across Europe. In the late 3rd century, Maurice led the Theban Legion, a group of elite soldiers from Egypt, deep in the heart of the Roman Empire.
But what made him legendary wasn't just his military skill, it was his unshakable faith. Today, we're uncovering the life, legacy, and martyrdom of Saint Maurice, a figure who stood up to an emperor and became a symbol of Christian devotion. To understand Maurice's story, let's set the stage. It's around 286 AD, and the Roman Empire is at its peak, stretching from the sands of North Africa to the forests of modern-day France and Switzerland. Emperor Maximian is in charge, and he's cracking down on rebellion in the Alps. Enter the Theban Legion, a unit of about 600 soldiers, all reportedly Christians, hailing from Thebes in Egypt. These guys were no ordinary troops. They were highly trained, fiercely loyal, and, according to tradition, united by their Christian faith. Maurice, a high-ranking officer, maybe even the commander, was their leader. Picture a tall, imposing figure, born in the Nile Valley, with a deep sense of duty to both his men and his god. The Thebans were sent to Agaunum, now Saint-Maurice in Switzerland, to help crush a revolt by the Bagaudae, a group of rebellious peasants. But here's where things get intense.
Now, here's where Maurice becomes more than just a soldier.
The emperor ordered the legion to offer sacrifices to pagan gods, a standard Roman practice to ensure victory. But Maurice and his men refused.
Why? Because they were devout Christians, and worshipping idols went against everything they believed in.
Some sources even say Maximian ordered them to attack Christian communities in the area, which was a hard no for the Thebans. This wasn't just a small act of defiance. Refusing an emperor's orders in the Roman Empire was like signing your own death warrant. Maurice stood firm, rallying his legion to stay true to their faith. According to tradition, he said something like, "We are your soldiers, Emperor, but we are also servants of God. We cannot betray him." That's the kind of courage that makes you a legend, the soldier who died for his faith. Maximian wasn't playing around. To punish their disobedience, he ordered a decimation. Every 10th soldier in the legion was to be executed. Imagine the tension. Soldiers standing in formation, knowing some of them are about to die. The Thebans didn't waver. They accepted the punishment, still refusing to comply. When even that didn't break them, Maximian escalated things. He ordered the entire legion, including Maurice, to be put to death. Around 286 AD, in Agaunum, the Theban Legion was massacred. Maurice and his men were beheaded, their bodies left as a warning to others. But their deaths weren't in vain. Their sacrifice sent shockwaves through the early Christian world, turning Maurice into a martyr. His story spread, inspiring countless believers to stand firm in their faith, no matter the cost. Here's where Maurice's story takes on a life of its own. The site of his martyrdom, Agaunum, became a pilgrimage destination. By the 4th century, a basilica was built there, and the town was renamed Saint-Maurice in his honor. That's right, the martyr, que inspirou cidades na Europa. His legacy didn't stop there. Maurice became the patron saint of soldiers, swordsmiths, and even the Holy Roman Empire. His image, often depicted as a black African in armor, appears in cathedrals across Europe, from Switzerland to Germany. Today, he's also the patron saint of the Vatican Swiss Guard, a nod to his military roots and his faith. His story reminds us that courage and conviction can ripple through centuries, shaping cultures far beyond where they began. In fact, Maurice's influence is so strong that his feast day, September 22, is still celebrated in Christian communities worldwide. So, why should we care about a 3rd century soldier today?
Because Maurice's story is about more than just history. It's about standing up for what you believe in, even when the odds are against you.
In a world where it's easy to go along with the crowd, Maurice reminds us of the power of conviction. He wasn't just a soldier or a martyr. He was a symbol of resistance against oppression, a beacon for those fighting for their faith or identity. Plus, Maurice's African roots highlight the often overlooked contributions of African figures in early Christianity. His story challenges us to rethink who gets celebrated in history and why. Conheça São Maurício, herói cristão amén, who proved that true strength comes from within. That's the incredible story of Saint Maurice, the soldier who became a saint. If you were inspired by his courage, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more stories of unsung heroes, and share it with someone who needs a dose of inspiration. Also, let us know in the comments, what's one thing you learned about Saint Maurice that surprised you? And if you're watching from somewhere new, tell us where you are. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.